If you're tuning in on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
I bet I was almost getting ready to come up to see you. Well, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't hear you. Okay.
Come on, come on. Let's see that continued push. Can we pull away over 40? Can we get the pull away over 40? Try again here. Can we hold? Retest. Exciting. Ops is done. Maybe. There's decent volume on CAPR. Not high, but decent. Alright, a couple of scratch trades there. Not really able to connect. I think one good entry. I mean, there's a couple of good trades, I guess. CAPR. Let's see. The dip down at 410 initially was decent. TNON, not much there. Bit of a slow start as everything is pulling back a bit. We'll see if this thing does come back. Hopefully it does. volume going down is not as high as the move going up, but the candle is still pretty young. CAPR hitting 75. FAAS, we'll see how it does. OCTO still hanging around at VWAP. Nice for the OCCO. OCTO.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and anything related to your work. Your documents, your chats, your whiteboards, your projects.
Having a lot of trouble here.
Yeah. Okay.
The resumption time on the other one is going to be at 42:31. $42.31 for FASS. I'm going to ease off on OCTO not connecting. Resumption at 42:31 for FASS. FAAS. I'm going to be saying that name wrong all day. Just a heads up. Time, we got about a minute and some change. It was up in pre-market a couple days ago, sold off, and is now bouncing back up a little bit. FAAS. FAAS. Couple seconds. OCTO is back up. 226.
Okay, thank you.
And no bounce. FAAS, no bounce. A lower resumption. A little bit of chop. Start the day. CAPR, no good. Well, I mean, is this curling up? It's just a bit of a slow grind. CAPR is grinding up. There was a red candle a couple minutes ago. OCTO, how are we doing? Dips are dipping. And the last pullback went down to 15. This one much more reasonable though. 14, 427. Double cents there for 23. And my share size, I gotta fix that. And that's not what we want. Taking a couple cents there for the bounce. A lot of extended dips. The low of the last 5-minute candle. Oh, 5. Right now it's pretty choppy. I mean, it's it's in a bit of a channel. It's in a bit of a channel, but it's a little choppy. We're seeing some bigger red candles on the way down. So perhaps just overextended trades will make sense. And then until we clear the highs, just being patient for that pull away if it does come, maybe the next 30 minutes, an hour. Can we get another washout here? High of the last candle is 30. The 5-minute chart is decent so far. Once again, I do think it's possible we can see that pull away. Just gotta wait for it. Tide stopped here. Is the 17th time the charm for over 40? It's got to be about the 12th, 13th time we're here. Nope. I'm gonna try again. A little early there. I'm gonna try again. Oh, my order's sitting. Okay.
Yeah,
Not sure why the lag just comes out of nowhere.
sure.
Volume is still pretty high on the stock. Sub 4, not really bouncing. Can we see a second flush out? Well, it's gonna break out of the channel to the downside. Not ideal. Not what we want to see. I'm gonna do a quick rotation here. So 8 TCH, not much. CAPR did move up nicely, but again, seemed like a bit more of a grind. FAAS, OCTO, TNON. TNON, the volume is a little on the lighter side. So, back on the sidelines, waiting. MSGM being mentioned. I think that's the cheaper one. Oh, nope. TNON moving up, lighter volume. The highs for MSGM is up here at 64. 56. 55. $51 for the low of the pullback. 51. High point 64. Waiting patiently here, high or low? High or low? Preferably low at this point. It's a pretty high fill. I'll take the 2 cents. There's another 2 minutes for the new 5-minute candle. Might need a little bit more time waiting. 61. The new candle's 15 seconds. TNON moving up with that lighter volume. We're seeing green printing, nothing happening. Where are those bulls, KB? And this is our 3rd time here. TNON. The volume is picking up. Volume is picking up. TNON. MSGM, still gonna keep an eye. TNON, CTO, MSGM kind of slow sideways. MSGM, I do like the 5-minute setup. I don't mind the re-average if I can get it. Can we continue with the same level of volatility? Struggling. Come on. Oh, CTO. Okay. Not bad at all. Well, here we go. The day is starting. Can we get locked in up there? Well, at last. It looks like it's just coming down. Can we bottom? Nope. It's gonna give everything back. Well, short-lived. 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 The new candles, 30 seconds. Alright, coming back to MSGM. OCTO, it's still, you know, kind of there. Needs a little more of a bounce.
Your future is at your fingertips. Take advantage of the flexibility and
That's why it's important to get the halt up after that kind of a big move. That way you can, lock in and then kind of get that continuation. Much higher chance of continuation up there if the halt happens. MSGM pulling back to the depths. If it doesn't hold here, 50, it's maybe backside. OCTO on the other hand, I do like that we're kind of ascending here. The 1 minute candles did make the new high. Quick dip, nice pop. What did we see? About 40 on that? Can we eventually retest the level? Can we eventually retest the level? It was a good recovery from that initial drop down. I got filled 25, it's kind of high. And it's coming down. I think I'm going to try again. 15 for the lows. Taking 19. The dips. Keep on dipping. Come on. To the depths, brother. Dipping to the depths. Well, the 5 minute setup here is not going to hold up. 5 minute flag around the VWAP area. Going to the depths. So this bounce that we had after the initial flush out is going to prove to be like a bluff. This red candle here. that gave this big bottoming wick. Because from about 480 down to 411, it bounced up to 450 with this kind of ascending move here. So taking the dip, and the dip keeps on dipping. So from 486 down to 386 dollar a share drop over the last 5 minutes. Stock's not holding up their levels. So as quickly as the party's going to start, the party's going to end in one candle, essentially. Down here is essentially no man's land for me. So in this area, I'm not looking for a move. I'm watching at different stocks that are going to be uptrending. So, you know, if there is a red to green in this area, I'm not going to really be there watching. Especially if something else is moving and trending up. OCTO. A little choppy. TNON, on the other hand, is sideways, somewhat at the highs. It could open up. 540 is a pretty big level for TNON, but it's been here for some time. It's been here for a minute. And the only issue I have with this stock is that the daily chart, you know, it's like the first day it's making a green candle, but I guess the second day really, but it doesn't really look that good. Like the daily chart is pretty in the depths. Dash, I'd say call somebody else. Call again. Call again, and also mention that you have at least 10 different traders in the chat room that you own. Use those exact same words. Say you have at least 10 traders in the chat room that you own that have notes saying that trading stock that are non-marginable, there are no penalties. So how are you being penalized? And watch them start shuffling and fumbling. They're gonna start shuffling. They're gonna be like, oh, let's you know, they're gonna take a look at it, and then all of a sudden your account's back online. See, like something like that, like it's just kind of silly. Like how's one person's account's getting restricted and disabled, while somebody else is being told, hey, just keep trading. What are the rules, Thinkorswim? What are the rules? And they do record all of their phone calls and these things too. So it's like, if we're to ever like act through those recordings, I'm pretty sure we can get them. And not to mention we have screenshots of messages, you know, from like Tim, Kitty, all these different people. But that's crazy that they'll just disable an account for that same thing that we're all doing doing freely. It's like, come on. And then sometimes the representatives, it can be the representatives too, because some of them are like newer and then they don't know. I don't know, that's kind of the vibes that I get. The first guy I spoke to couldn't give me an explanation for 40 minutes until I hung up the phone. The next day I called, somebody else was able to give me an explanation in 2 minutes. So that's like part of, you know, kind of part of it. Kind of have to wrestle with them a little bit until you're able to get the account back. So on red 1K here, a little bit of a repeat of yesterday, sadly. ONTO down 700, down 300 on FASS resumption, and scratch trades on the other two. Just pretty inaccurate on old CTO from the start. For all that consolidation, I think one of the better areas might have been the dip below 414. I kind of, in my head coming in, I told myself, yeah, the range, because we had $4 by 426. And I kind of thought the low was $4. So when it pulled back down there, I wasn't really interested in the trade. So a bit of a lapse on my side here. The red candles have been very aggressive, though. A lot of low of day pullbacks. Even after the breakout over that VWAP level, the pullbacks have still been pretty aggressive. Only one red candle in there holding up, or I guess you can say two. One of them did turn green. TNON seems more like a grinder for now, but we'll see. Maybe it does continue and open up some more. The price action does seem a little messy. The bids are kind of coming down, and a lot of chop. CAPR being mentioned in the chat, TNON. I gotta check out some of those cheaper ones as well. ATCH, well, after that initial red to green, not much. We're seeing a lot more chop over these last couple of days. But going back to last week, though, we did have some nice action on those two, I think 3 stocks that went to like 23 or 26, whatever it was. Yesterday also pretty decent with that move. Watching back the archives, a lot of the trades are pretty close. Tim had a very interesting area where he was longing the stock, and then it gave him a rejection saying he's not allowed to trade it. And then he restarts the platform, then he's allowed to trade it again. Stuff like that is like, I don't know, man. I don't know what could cause something like that, right? Like, what restricts an account from trading a stock? So he missed a dip and rip. You know, a lot of chop up until that last portion of the move. And it was interesting that, you know, none of us caught the move up where we had all the halts, right? It was, I mean, it was so aggressive. I think I could see like a trader like Save probably getting in. I mean, Save is even more aggressive than the rest of us. There are some aggressive entries there, man. Like, if you took those trades, you just had to know that it didn't go. You're gonna suffer the consequences of those catastrophic drops. But I mean, if you took the trades, I mean, you know, the other side of the trade is always there, right? The other side of the trade. Oh, Jessica, it's not good news. Not good news there. Yeah, we've been hearing about a lot of layoffs too. They did just start to reduce rates, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks this does help out a little bit. But we'll see. In terms of like companies like laying off and stuff like that. lot of chop here, man. A lot of chop. Big Steve, how are you doing? Is Big Steve in the chat today? Dash mentioned that his account was restricted there for a sec. Big Steve, brother. Let me see, how's Marcelo doing? Was he able to capture something? I don't know if this cuts off my stream. It probably does. Looks like he is flat on the day. Or, yeah, small red. Does this cut off my stream? I don't know. If I check his. Big Steve, how you doing today, man? Please tell me you survived this opening chop. Base hit. Surviving the chop is the key, brother. It's early. Maybe something does come, you know, in the next 20-30 minutes. Watching Tim's trading, man, sometimes it's pretty funny though. Tim will slap on the desk so hard. Tim will slap on the desk. It's like those videos of those guys karate chopping those wood blocks and breaking them. You know, they say with like these, like with like normal jobs, you know, a lot of people like compared to like trading, right? It's like there's risk and there's risk in both. There's pros and cons in both. You know, like in this field, we have to pay for our own health insurance and things like that. Versus, you know, other companies, maybe they provide a health insurance, even if it's like somewhat out of your cut or whatever, right? But it's like at the end of the day, you know, nobody's safe. We have to all know that, you know, there's risk. There's risk. TNON, can we continue to the upside here? 55 bounce, pretty decent so far.